It says it's important to set your intent for the holiday season, and you should do it right now so that you can experience more appreciation, joy, and gratitude.
I like this. Here to break it all down for us, we welcome back our friend, the happy medium, Jody LaFawn is back with us.
Hi,
Hi,
Jody.
Jody.
Nice to see you.
I like the idea of not just going into the holidays haphazardly and allowing the holidays to happen to you, but sort of turning it on its head. Let's start with this. You say it's very important that we stick to a routine. Help me understand that, because this can feel like a time when routines don't thrive.
Well, that's exactly why you do it, because you want to make sure you have enough to eat, you get enough sleep, enough vitamin D, you get enough hugs and exercise, because that keeps you grounded in your body so you can recognize the good things that are going on and then be more present if the bad things are going on.
Because the goal here is to really help you get the most out of the holiday season. And I think a lot of us go into the holiday season, like my watch throughout this show has told me to breathe like 3 times.
You're not breathing?
Which shows that I think I'm just starting to go like, oh my gosh. I mean, my to-do list is so long right now.
You're holding your breath. You're feeling
I'm holding my
anxious
breath
in those
because
moments.
it's so long and it's not even Thanksgiving yet. And I started today just feeling like, how am I going to get all these little things done?
And then we start to feel bad if we're not enjoying the holidays as much as we wish we would in our mind. Then we start to feel bad, and it kind of compounds, and you're like, what's wrong with me? Why am I not enjoying this the way I should?
Exactly, and the last thing that you do is eat, or the last thing that you do is sleep, so you can't even be present for the good stuff. This just helps you be present.
Okay, so prioritizing that self-care is really important.
I love this. Unpack what we should do with choosing a few affirmative words that we can quickly access when the stress comes upon us.
Exactly, because in the back of our minds, we're always criticizing ourselves, so we might as well have something that we just repeat to ourselves that feels good, like I am love and light in action. Inhale the present, exhale the past.
Oh. Love and light and action. I like to be all of those things. That's very nice. Okay, other things about like self-acceptance. That's another big thing. You think you can say, I love and accept myself. Self-acceptance is self-love in action.
Yes, and because when we go and we're around a lot of people, we think they're looking at us through a microscope, and they might not be. Or we haven't seen family members in years and we want to make a really good impression. It matters more how you feel about yourself. That's the biggest thing.
Do you think it's true, though, that when you see family members, a lot of times you're brought back to what you were as a child or maybe how you felt as a child? It like brings back some of those old insecurities. I think this is why people get so nervous about like high school reunions.
That, or they're going to come face to face with somebody that they
with the ex or something like that. But I know what she's talking about. I spend the holidays in Pennsylvania with my siblings. All the siblings go back to my parents' house. We all bring our kids now. So it's funny because in one moment I can be father to 4 kids, and then I step out into the hallway and there's my sister and my 2 brothers, and I am suddenly the baby of the family. So it's sort of this interesting tension of growing up where you feel like both of those things at the same time, and it can leave you feeling a little jumbled, I think, at times.
Right, and if we make peace with all those pieces of us and we can watch them dance together, we feel a lot better. And part of that is saying those affirmative words, making sure we're taking care of our body. Then again, we're more there and we can watch that dance, and we can go from being the youngest to the parent.
See, and she said watch the dance instead of viewing them as competing realities. Which one should I be clinging to in this moment?
That's so good.
I'm going to breathe again.
I think you should. I think I need to too. I love that you want us to take time to remember our loved ones. And I think it's so important to acknowledge this, that the holidays can be such a challenge because there are such large feelings of grief that come up for so many people about the people who aren't with us. So how do we start to work through that? If you already know, that kind of tense feeling of like, I know the holidays are coming and I know I'm going to feel these feelings and it feels like it's too much.
So I believe the healthiest thing to do is know that your loved ones in spirit are beaming their love at you. And that if you remember that and you beam your love back, they can feel it. So they're part of the event. They're going to be part of the event anyway. Love never dies. They are present. And you want to make sure that you love what was, but be present to what is, because they're watching you and they're thinking, have fun, look who you get to play with. So they are there, and just acknowledge it. And it's not just those who've crossed over, it's the who you thought you were going to marry thing, or it's the friend that you're not friends with anymore. There's lots of areas of mourning. There are layers to the holidays, but the big thing is it's holidays are full of light. So be full of light.
Breathe.
I'm breathing.
Breathe. You weren't breathing.
I know.
We're going to go to the audience now.
It's a long list.
We're going to go to the audience now. Let's see if we have an audience question out there. Who's out there?
Hi, Intern Grace.
Hi, Intern Grace.
I'm here with James from Burnsville, and he's got a question.
All right,
Hi,
James.
Hi. I was curious, how do you balance time to make sure you have time for your in-laws?
Oh, the old family shuffle
I
can be the source
That's
of many a
lot
fight.
of negotiating. Okay, what do you think we should do?
So pick something that you're going to do with each family member, in-laws, outlaws, whatever it is, and be present with them. Do something that you know you love, that they know they love, and be present. Because if you're present, then you won't look back and think I wasn't with them enough, because it's like quality time with our kids. It's the same thing. Just be present, don't be resentful, be present, and then let it go.
Yeah, because if half the time when you're with your in-laws, if you have a troubled relationship with in-laws, if you're just thinking like, I could be with my family right now.
I know.
Then you're not with your family right now. So as much as you want to have those bad feelings, you're not there. You're here. You may as well be fully present where you are.
I think the
and you
more
actually
too
might
that
enjoy
you
it.
can divide it up day by day and not have to leave one thing to go to another thing, you're going to be much happier. I
Yeah.
mean, we've virtually eliminated that. Trying not to just have to go from like one Thanksgiving to another Thanksgiving. We just say we're going to do this on this day and this with these people on this day.
Yeah.
And it's made it so much better.
So much more present. Then you can use your intuition to help you take care of the rest.
Yeah, and have fun.
You and me, we're going to look into this camera right now.
Yeah.
Can we get 11, please?
Okay, thanks, Jody.
Thank you, Jody.
Thank you, Jody.
Give us that one.
No,
Okay.
that's it.
There we go. I
There
was
we
going to
go.
have us breathe. Let's do this instead. We posted a link. Now I feel anxious. A link on TwinCitiesLive.com where you can purchase Jody's books, The Happy Medium and The Happy Medium Speaking the Language of Intuition. You can also check out Jody's new inspirational products, including coffee mugs, luggage tags, keychains, notebooks, and a whole lot more.
How
We've got
fun.
that all.
That's wonderful. Okay.
Now, we will breathe in.
Oops. Oh, I breathed out when you breathed in.
None of the last 40 seconds went the way that I hoped it would, and I'm accepting that, and I feel okay.
Let it go. Coming up, those extra